My name is Sarah. I am 70 years old. I live alone in a small house at the end of Willow Street. Every morning, I open my eyes to silence. No footsteps, no laughter, just the ticking of an old clock on the wall. The same clock that once told me when my son would come home. My son's name is Daniel. He was my whole world. I raised him alone after his father died when he was only 5. I worked day and night, sewing clothes for neighbors, cleaning houses, skipping meals, just so Daniel could have what I never did, a good education, a good life. And for many years, he made me proud. He studied hard, got a good job in the city, and promised me, oh, he promised me, that he'd always take care of me. "Mom," he used to say, "you'll never have to worry about anything again." I believed him. I believed every word.
I still remember those early years after he got his first job. He'd visit every weekend, his car shining like new, a big smile on his face. He'd bring groceries, new clothes, and sometimes a small cake. He'd say, "You deserve everything, Mom." And I'd just smile and tell him that all I needed was him. On Sundays, we'd sit together on the porch. I'd make him tea, and he'd tell me stories about his office, his friends, his big dreams. I'd listen, proud and quiet, thinking, my boy made it. He kept his promise. But then, slowly, things began to change. It started with missed phone calls. At first, I thought he was just busy. He worked in a big company after all. "Mom, I'll call you tomorrow," he'd say. But tomorrow turned into next week. Next week turned into next month. When I did manage to reach him, his voice sounded tired, distant, like a stranger I once knew. "Daniel, are you eating well?" I'd ask. "Yes, Mom," he'd reply quickly. "I'm just busy. Don't worry, okay?" And then silence again. No visits, no calls, just silence. I told myself it was fine, that he was growing up, building his own life. But deep down, a tiny fear began to grow. What if he no longer needs me?
One day, out of the blue, he called. My heart almost jumped out of my chest. "Mom," he said, "I've got news. I'm getting married." I couldn't speak for a few seconds. Then tears filled my eyes. "Oh, Daniel, that's wonderful. When can I meet her?" He laughed. "Soon, Mom. Her name's Emily. She's amazing." And indeed, when I finally met Emily, she was polite, beautiful, well-spoken. She smiled and called me Mrs. Bennett. Not Mom. Not even Sarah. Just Mrs. Bennett. Still, I was happy for him. He deserved love. But after they married, things changed faster than I could understand. The phone calls stopped completely. My son, who once visited every weekend, now came only twice a year, once on my birthday and once at Christmas. Even then, I could feel that his heart was somewhere else. Whenever I'd call, Emily would answer first. "Oh, hi, Mrs. Bennett. Daniel's busy right now. I'll tell him you called." He never called back. One morning, after nearly 6 months of silence, I received a message. Coming to visit today. Be ready. Daniel.
My hands trembled with joy. I cleaned the whole house, cooked his favorite meal, chicken pie, and wore the blue shawl he'd bought me years ago. When he arrived, I rushed to hug him, but he barely touched me. "Hi, Mom," he said, distracted, looking at his phone. I smiled anyway. "I made your favorite." He sat down, glanced around the house, and said, "Mom, you should really move closer to the city. It's not safe here." I laughed lightly. "Oh, I like it here. It's quiet." He sighed. "Emily and I talked about it. We can't keep driving this far. Maybe you could move to an apartment nearby." There was a long pause. I looked at his face. Handsome, serious, but cold. And for the first time, I saw not my little boy, but a man who had already left me long ago. I smiled weakly. "You think I'm a burden, don't you?" He frowned. "Mom, don't say that.